Finally snowing. This is really hot. I should have thought about this beforehand. Oh, hello. Hi. I spent my weekend on a film set, so that's cool. For those of you who don't know, I actually originally came to school to do acting before I switched into the program that I'm in now. I was asked to be a part of somebody's thesis film again this year, and so I spent my weekend basically getting freezing cold in the middle of the night, which was actually really fun. So I was doing that all weekend. Isn't that cool? And I think acting in this weekend's film shoot made me realize how strangely comfortable I was. Even though I've been acting for, geez, almost 7 years now, this is the first film set that I've been on where I felt completely comfortable, no nerves, just like excited to be there. And coming to the realization about how long it's been while I was on set just made me think about how much time it takes for you to feel as though that you've grown enough, and for you to recognize that you're actually getting good at what it is you want to do. Sometimes we forget just how hard it is to become good at something. I don't know if you've heard of it, but there's this whole concept about 10,000 hours, meaning you aren't really truly a master of something until you've put 10,000 hours of work into it. And I totally get it. I think it's underrepresented just how much work is needed to be feeling like you're good at something. Unfortunately, things just don't happen overnight. You're gonna see little bits of progress, and it's gonna take a long time. I'm trying to think of how to come up with I'm trying to think of how to say this thing that I want to talk about. Okay, I'm just gonna say it straight. I started acting when I was in grade 11. I'd done a lot of performing stuff before then, but grade 11 was the first time I really started getting into acting. I absolutely loved it. I don't know what it was, but there was something that just clicked for me and it just felt so right. So I decided that I was going to go to university for it. I worked and worked and worked, and it paid off. I got into one of 28 spots in Ryerson's theater school, which was completely mind-boggling. Not only did I get into that, but I got into 2 other really good schools that I was really excited about, but I got into the school I wanted. So I get to Ryerson Theater School, and it is amazing. It is what I expected, really. But coming with that, it also means that it was as challenging as I'd heard it was. It was fucking challenging. And I was an underdog. Most of the other people in my class had been acting since they had been children. They had parents in the business. They knew what they were doing. For me, it was just the very beginning. I'm an introvert. I'm not good at being outward, and coming with being an introvert, I'm really not great at making friends. And so, unfortunately, this made the year extremely challenging for me. I wasn't close with a lot of people in my class, and I was a green actor. And no matter how hard I tried, it didn't work. I wasn't progressing as fast as the profs wanted me to, and this resulted in me not being asked to continue. In fact, not only was I not asked to continue, but they actually adjusted my marks so I wouldn't have passed to go into the next year. So that sucked. That sucked a lot. And of course, it really kicked back my confidence. I couldn't act for a long time, or at least when I did, it didn't feel right. It never felt good, but I knew I liked it. You know, I was lucky that I actually had friends who were in a film program, and not only did they need actors, but some of them liked me, and that really confused me. And it was this weird, conflicting emotion. It was just I'd been told that I wasn't good, but I knew it was something that I loved to do, and I didn't want to give it up. And so I continued acting. I would take up parts from my friends if they needed me to do something, and I would just do it. And I didn't know whether or not it was good, and looking back, most of it wasn't. Some of it was, but most of it wasn't. But you know what? I kept going. Didn't matter to me whether or not it was good. I knew that I wasn't pleased, but I also knew that I would be less happy if I didn't just try. And so, long story short is, here I am, 7 years after beginning this thing, finally, for the first time, feeling like I've done something I'm actually proud of in the moment. I was not nervous, and I was just loving it. And I felt as though I was in a spot where I was supported and I was cared for. And it took a long time to get to that point, but I made it. So, what am I trying to say with this? Geez, coming full circle. There are going to be things in your life that you feel like you need. You need to do them because they make you feel whole. And yeah, it's going to suck because you're not going to know whether or not you actually have the talent to pursue it. What I'm here to say is do it. Do it anyways. Because one day, years down the road, you're going to finally have that moment where you feel like you've done something good. It's when you feel like it's almost time to quit that you're going to realize that this is the time to amp it up even further. And when you have that realization that what you're doing is actually making you feel proud of yourself, then you'll know. But it takes a long time. It takes a fuck ton of time. And it's going to be hard. And it's going to take a lot of courage for you to push yourself, to keep going in the face of adversity and the naysayers. But you know what? You have a good feeling on the inside for a reason. Follow that. Don't give up. And you'll look back at yourself and you will be so fucking proud. And yeah. That's all I have to say about that. I'm losing light. I'm just gonna disappear in this video. Sorry that this got weirdly emotional. I didn't mean for that to happen at all. And I don't like crying in videos, but I feel like this is the most genuine it's gonna get. So, here you go. Stop tears, stop! Thank you for watching this weird thing. If you enjoyed this, give me a like, a share, or a subscription. If you want. Do what you want. Let me know in the comments similar stories that you have, things that you want to do that you're afraid of, success stories, horror stories, I don't care. I just want you to tell me about them, and I want you to know that I am right there with you, rooting for you. You can do whatever it is that you want. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I've had an incredible one. Yeah. I'm gonna see you next Monday. Stay safe, be wonderful, and as always,